Mr. Death Breath.
Hey guys, so we're going to talk about a divisive film. That film is called Handling the Undead. Yes, there will be some spoilers, and this will also be a bit of a discussion. So when I say zombies, you go, yeah, zombies, unless The Walking Dead sucked the life out of the genre for you. And before you tell me, that's not zombies, it's politics. Well, it started off as zombies, and if you choose to read the graphic novel, you'll see it's very much about zombies, okay? So this is one of those movies where I want to say it's a horror movie, but I can equally say it's not. It's kind of like a zombie drama. Because yes, it's about zombies, but it's really about dealing with grief. So let me ask you guys a question. What would you do if one of your relatives that you love dearly came back from the dead? They looked a little funny, maybe they smelled a little funny, and they seemed like themselves, but they really weren't themselves, but they were back from the dead. I'm willing to bet that your first reaction would be like, what the heck? And if they didn't seem like it was anything weird or anything to be concerned about, you'd probably try to be around them as much as you can. And that's very much the setup of this movie. Essentially, you have three families, a man that loses his wife, a woman that loses her wife, and a mother that loses her son. And there's some big event that happens that ultimately leads the dead from coming back to life. Leads the dead to come back to life. And when they come back to life, they are in different states of decay. For instance, this little boy, he looks more like a melted doll. This older woman's wife, she has gray skin and clouded eyes. And this man's wife, she kind of looks like she's covered in dirt because she just died and then came back to life. And naturally, you have this whole emotional element where people are trying to reunite with their loved ones, and they're seeing their loved ones, and they're going, oh my gosh, that's my wife, that's my son. And they feel this connection because part of them knows something's wrong, but the other part of them really knows that that's them. And the movie is 1 hour and 39 minutes to be exact. And I want to say about 1 hour and 20 minutes of it is dealing with the emotional trauma and pain of knowing you lost somebody and equally knowing they're back, but knowing that something's wrong. And throughout the entire film, you just had this underlining sense of fear and discomfort, knowing that these are zombies and you know they're zombies and something's wrong, and you just know at any moment something's going to happen. Now, that's where the spoiler comes in, that nothing really happens except for the last 20 minutes. But it plays so heavily on what if your grandmother died, but she came back? What if your wife died, but she came back? And it's just such an emotional film where it's the most scary movie. And it's strange how it manages to be very dramatic, but it's just that constant, you're waiting for the fuse to come to its end and the bomb to explode. And really what it comes down to is this movie is probably going to divide people into two different camps. One, it is some artsy-fartsy, stupid movie, or two, it's really an emotional movie. I am leaning in it's very emotional. It's one of the most unique take on zombies. It isn't your, eyeballs falling on the ground and zombies are taking over type thing. It's more like the before the disaster. And when we finally get the disaster, there's really no blood, there's no violence. I mean, if anything's implied, it's implied, but there's no gore. I think the most you see is a drop of blood hit the floor or a body on the ground. Even when they show one of the zombies attack, it's more like the zombies laying on top of somebody and someone's groaning. It's very interesting. It's very unique. I know this is adapted it's adapted from a book. The same writer that wrote Let the Right One In. And the director who directed, his name is Thea something. I'm going to tag it there. But full transparency, if you go into this film expecting a Romero-esque movie, this is not it. This is very much a movie about grief and pain and how you deal with things that just don't make sense. And I think it's fantastic. But I will tell you, it is very slow. I mean, if you think A Quiet Place has low dialogue and low sound, wait until you watch Handling the Undead. It is very much one of those films. And this is going to divide a lot of people. But I think it's one of the best films I've seen. It is available on Hulu. It is subtitled. That might divide a lot of you as well. But I highly recommend it. Tell me what you guys think. Anyway, bye.